Hey there. What do you know about punctuality, about being on time? Apparently, the idea of being on time is different in different countries. I think that's fascinating. Today, I'm talking about, are Americans punctual? Do they arrive? Do they show up on time? You'll find out what I think. English without fear, where you can learn to speak English naturally through listening to stories. Do Americans value being on time? I would say that for the most part, yes. Americans value punctuality, being punctual, being on time. They don't like to wait. No, I think we Americans are impatient people. For example, if I say to a friend, hey, let's meet for lunch tomorrow at 12 o'clock at noon. And if my friend agrees, I expect her to show up at 12 o'clock. And she expects me to be there at 12 o'clock. And in fact, if I am running late, if I'm going to be even 3 or 4 minutes late, I will text her and say, I might be a couple minutes late, just to let her know that I'm on my way and I know that we're supposed to meet at 12 at noon. So which comes first? Being impatient when you have to wait, or valuing being on time? That's a good question. I'm not really sure, but I think it has to do with industrialization. When Americans moved away from being a farmland-based economy to a factory-based economy. It didn't matter what time you went to the field to plow, but if you had a factory job, you were expected to show up on time. You had to check in. You had to punch the clock. That means you had a card and you had to put it in a time clock and it had your name on it and they would know you showed up. As technology increased and we had a sense of, we felt like we could control events, I think we came to value punctuality and be very impatient when things or people were late. I think it's all about control. Not only is it about control, in my view, from my perspective, it's a matter of respect. Me being late communicates, I don't value your time. My time is more important than your time. I don't like that. I don't like that in other people, and I don't want to treat my friends or my coworkers or my family that way at all. I think it's a matter of respect. Everything in America seems to run on a schedule. Schools start at a certain time. Students are supposed to be on time. Parents wait for the buses to drop their kids off at home. And if the bus is late or the child walking home is late, parents think, oh no, there must have been something bad, an accident. We expect our doctors to show up on time when we make an appointment. We expect movies in the theaters to start on time. I expect church to start on time. I expect meetings to start and end on time, and I get very frustrated when a meeting goes on longer than they said it would. That's just how I am, and a lot of other people. But is everybody that way in America? Is nobody late? Plenty of people are late. It becomes a bad habit. I know people who come to church every week late, and they don't have a good excuse. They don't have little babies. They don't have an elderly parent they're bringing. They're just normal families, and they arrive 10 minutes late. It's just a matter of what they value. They don't value being on time. I can't change that in other people, but I don't like it. So when is late late? I think late is 5 to 10 minutes. I will wait for somebody 5 minutes, and if they haven't shown up in 5 minutes, I'll text them, "Are you on your way?" If they don't show up in 10 or 15 minutes, well, that doesn't happen very often with my friends, but I will be annoyed, and I will call them up, like, "What's up? What's going on? Are you okay? Do we have the day and time correct?" It's that important to me and to many others. But I think this is a cultural thing. Take a look at this graph. It's a continuum, and on the left it has countries that view time as sequential, one event after another. On the right, it's countries that think of time as more flexible. America is pretty far to the left. Not the most. Germany happens to be the most punctual country. And I think I understand why some countries are flexible. It's because they don't have a sense. People don't have a sense that they can control much. They can't control their governments. They can't control the services they get. They can't control the weather. Well, not that we can either. But I think they just feel like they can't count on anything to happen when somebody might say it should. I wonder how Amazon works in a place like India. Here, we've gotten trained to expect an Amazon package to show up when it says it's going to. And if the Amazon package is a day late, we get annoyed. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of silly, isn't it? But what about you? When is somebody considered late in your culture? Are you somebody that shows up on time? Is that important to you? Do you plan out your day? Do you plan out your week? I have a friend in Argentina who thinks that is so strange that you would schedule a meal, a visit on your calendar. Apparently, in Argentina, people just stop by. And the house where you stop by just says, "Come on in, come join us." That's not the way it's done here. I think everybody's different. Anyway, tell me what you think. Leave me a comment below this video. That's it for this episode. Talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching. For questions or comments, here's my email.